What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on last year's national champion, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Pierce. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. So Pittsburgh's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into...
Oh, there's an alley on the left. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. He's got it on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
That is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. So Clemson's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that.
Coming out aggressively. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Looking for a deep man. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Oh, he's got some space. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, 1st drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert. He unleashes a long one. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Rush is on him. And the sack all the way back at the 5. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure that
he goes down in the end zone. There's also a penalty marker, but I think it's going to be a safety either way. Odd choice to take the penalty there. If you just take the loss, it also costs the offense down. Instead, they'll replay it. Running into the open space. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Clemson. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
Catches it at the 30. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. All wideouts, no backs. To the air on 1st down. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipke if they can stop him on third down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And that is just about a perfect run as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're
going to take a shot. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with a turnover. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Here's the handoff. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll try the run. Got the first down. Looking for more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You talk about creating big plays in the running game like this. This makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much.
Turning it on! And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
Right back to the well. And into the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown Tigers! And they take it in
tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
Man, you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. From the gun, looking for a man. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Well, it comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He gets it away from his own end zone. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Bringing it back. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere. An absolute ball hawk.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
Starting this third quarter on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense
converts on fourth down. Still going. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They'll leave it with him. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football all week long.
Oh, he found a space on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Max going for the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Yeah, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The give on the option. He breaks the tackle. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game. And now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very exciting.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. short completion to the right. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the Tigers trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Trying to run it in. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UCLA is down right now inside the Rose Bowl, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Pasadena today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Indiana. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, it's Pierre. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
The kick is on its way. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. On target over the middle. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Bringing it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's Pierre. Under fire. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Bunch formation for these receivers. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page. And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this.
Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown!
points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Pierre. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Here's the return. Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
After that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Touch pass on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. This has been a dominant performance by the Clemson defense. They have kept the offense in reverse all day. The great defensive legends would be proud.
Oh, they would be stoked. I mean, just to have a complete performance. The defensive line shutting down the run, making sure you can't get any kind of run game going.
Oh, he's got some space. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
Back to pass. It's Pierre. Got his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. the way back to the 15. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. It's complete to the right. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Offenses nowadays know one speed. Be aggressive. Go after it. Even if you got a lead, you see a lot of offenses do this and take shots and keep making big plays down the field. I like it. Keep it up.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the...
A shot toward the end zone. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. From the shotgun, they'll run it. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. And the Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss. Fires one high and deep. He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Pierre. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Pitt will have to boot this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and look for room. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Finding open areas. Turning it on. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed, so much skill. Like running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays. That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.